Hello, it's Karen Burniston here with an assembly video for one of our die sets. This is die number 1236, the baking charms, and you can check out all of our die designs at karenburniston.com. There are 8 pieces in this die set, making this cute little set of kitchen utensils. Now I'll start with the ones that are just die cut out of whatever color you want. So for instance, this little spatula turner, you can just die cut that out of whatever color that you would like the turner part to be. And then if you do want to change the color of the handle, just choose that color, die cut it again. Then you can cut off the handle off of the second one and glue it over the top of the first one. My favorite glue is LINECO neutral pH adhesive. I put it in a fine tip bottle, and we do sell both of those items on our website. So quick and easy, cute little pancake turner spatula. Another one of the dies in the set that's just die cut it out of your preferred color is the tiny little heart. I like to use a silver or metallic cardstock for the whisk. And then that's one, again, that you could just leave completely the metallic color, or if you wanted to, you could do the same trick where you cut it again in a different color to change the handle. Okay, so those pieces are pretty straightforward, and the rest of the pieces have an optional stencil emboss feature. With my machine, a Spellbinders Platinum 6, the proper sandwich is to put the dies directly onto the platform with the blade side up. Then you put your paper over the top of the die, and then you add your squishy mat and your embossing plate. Now, if you have a different machine, you just need to Google or go on YouTube and put in, how do I emboss a wafer thin die using a, and then put in the name of your machine, and then you'll get those instructions. But for me, I'm putting in the squishy rubber mat over the top of my pieces, and then that purple embossing plate, and then I run it through. Now, I know Spellbinders also has these pieces in gray, so it might be a different color, but it achieves the same effect. So it's a 2-step process when you want to emboss a wafer-thin die, because you first need to go through and do the embossing step, and then you have to go back through with a cutting sandwich to get those pieces to cut through. You can always do the cutting first and then the embossing, but my preference is to do the embossing first because it's very easy to set those dies right back into the grooves again to run it back through with a cutting sandwich, and a little bit harder with a brand new die. Sometimes after you've cut it, the paper falls out of the die, and then you've got to manually put it back in there for the embossing step. So I definitely prefer an emboss and then cut. Okay, let me get to styling now on these pieces. For the wooden spoon and the rolling pin, I've got embossed features that are going to show up really well if I brush a little bit of brown ink over those. You'll see on the rolling pin there is a cute little embossed heart in the middle. If you brush the wooden spoon with some ink, then you'll get a highlight on the spoon area. You can do the same thing with the bowl. You can emboss it and then brush ink over the top. That's going to give a more subtle look to the stripes. If you would like them to be more defined, you can leave the paper in the die and use it as a stencil. And then when you brush ink through it, it's going to give you very crisp stripes on the bowl. A spritz of water and a rag is all you need to clean up a die that you've used as a stencil. With the rubber spatula, you can do that same trick where you cut it a second time out of whatever you'd like the handle color to be and just glue the handle over the top of the one that you've embossed. And then I also decided just to brush the edges with some ink. You have the option to further embellish the pieces using the small heart that comes in the set. So it is sized to fit over the embossed one on the rolling pin, but you also could add it maybe to the bowl or the oven mitt or even some of the utensils. The bowl includes a cut line that allows you to put any of the utensils tucked into the bowl. Our charm sets work great as standalone elements as well. You can just chop off the charm hole at the top if you want to use them as standalone. They're just such a cute little embellishment for a card. You can see it here on this one that features our Cupcake add-ons, landscape rectangle accordion, and then those baking charms in a stacked accordion. I love to end assembly videos with some inspiration from our very talented design team. I love this wide woven basket by Suzanne Smith. Great colors. She's got bowls full of cherries, little tiny gnomes holding a whisk. I mean, it's adorable. Lois Bach shows how well the baking charms will fit on our charm accordion die set, which she also decorated with some of our cupcakes. Such a sweet card by Jen Webster where she's used those baking charms on the front, and then inside she's created a tiny gnome using our mini ball set, and then she's used the baking charms. You can see that the gnome is wearing the oven mitts, holding a rubber spatula, and you can see that cute bowl in the background. Our charm sets really are perfectly sized to fit our pop-up dies, so here's a card by Lois Bach where she shows them on the circle tag book. And then Nikki Foden used our twist flower mechanism twice and then decorated it with the baking charms. I particularly like how the batter is on the edge of the rubber spatula. The Baking Charms die set is available now at a lot of your favorite local and online retailers, as well as on our website, KarenBurniston.com. Thanks for watching. If you click on the website link, you'll go to KarenBurniston.com, where you can purchase these dies as well as find links to our other social media accounts. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.